They say your wedding day is the happiest day of your life. But what we don't talk about is what happens when the decorations come down, the guests leave the ceremony. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about what happily ever after actually means, what it actually looks like, what you have to do to make sure that actually happens, what's required, the work that's required, the service that is required. Now I know. Welcome back to another episode of Husband in Life. I am Standish.
And I'm Kelechi.
And together,
we are
the Chapfikas.
Happy Tuesday, guys. Thank you for joining us again for another amazing episode of the Husband in Life podcast. We're going to be talking about weddings versus marriage today because the dilemma that we got this week was something, okay? And it just sparked a conversation between us and we thought we'd share, because we're here to share as a community.
Share with girl.
So the main thing about it is what we're going to be talking about today is wedding highs versus marriage reality, okay? Because we sometimes be romanticizing things, but it's not real. And also, we're going to be asking, did I actually sign up for this? Expectations that we have in marriages. And also talking about building a marriage, not just spending all your time building your wedding day.
Ooh.
Because that be happening, people. So let's delve into the dilemma, because I think that's most important. This has come from an anonymous person.
Oh, anonymous.
No names this time, no names.
You don't say no names.
This is her dilemma, and she thankfully has shared it with us, and she wants everybody to chime in and give us their 2 cents, because we know we give us our 2 cents. It's all about you giving yours as well.
Yeah.
So dilemma reads, our wedding day was perfect, literally a dream. We had 2 ceremonies.
2?
2, not 1 but 2. 300 guests and spent over $30,000 making sure that every detail was flawless. 30K. That's a down payment on a house.
30 bands.
Everyone kept telling us this is the happiest day of your life. But no one warned me about what happens after. Now the wedding day is over and real life has set in. My husband and I barely talk like we used to. It's not the exciting romantic adventure I imagined. It feels more like a roommate situation.
Yeah.
The honeymoon phase was short-lived, and now all we do is argue about money, expectations, and even small things like who's going to load the dishwasher. Everything. I used to dream about our wedding day. Now I just feel like I was so focused on planning one perfect day that I forgot to plan the lifetime that comes after. I don't know how we got here, and honestly, I'm starting to feel like I made a huge mistake. Please, can you help?
Sheesh. Yeah.
What do you think, babes?
I think first of all, it's sad that you're feeling like you think you made a bad decision. You made a mistake. You don't think that this was the right decision. There's a few things you need to look at. Why has your relationship now become a roommate situation? Why are you arguing about money? What things are you lot doing together as a team to see how you can help your money situation?
Right.
Okay, so have discussions, have communication.
We've been talking about communication every single episode. It's like, what?
This should be husband and life and communication.
Yeah.
That's what
But it's got to be effective communication. That's the difference, babe. We can't just be chatting. We can't just be chit.
Again, what'd you say? What'd you tell him?
Effective communication. It's got to land.
It
must land on the ears and on the heart and on the mind.
It's that thing. I'll give you
Okay.
If, for example, you say, I'm tired of you not taking this and that every time something is not done properly. As a man, you're going to receive that. It's like,
here she goes.
She's just shouting. What is this loudness? Nagging. What is this nagging nonsense? I don't want to this is just annoying. She's just going to do this about everything. That is not going to fuel me into change.
No.
But if you come with a different approach and go, listen, You know, I have asked you a few times. I know you're very busy. I know you don't think it's a priority for you. It might not, even if you don't think, it might not seem like it's a priority for you. But for me, I would truly appreciate if you did this thing for me.
Yes.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, it'll be met differently.
Yeah. It's definitely it's not the message, it's how it's delivered.
Okay.
It's how it's delivered. The tone,
Of-
the environment, everything needs to be just right, so he can actually receive it. And you can receive it as well, because it's vice versa. It's all about love languages, right? So you need to understand what he needs in order to
Yes.
receive information, and for it to be effective communication. No distractions, no loud noises. If you've got kids, put them somewhere, okay? Put them somewhere in their rooms playing quietly so you can have your chats, whatever it is. But you have to make sure that the environment is correct first, and then allow for him to receive the information. Talk quietly, don't shout. Shouting does not help.
It just makes men just go, that's a bit loud. That's that. I don't need that. Because
They might leave.
it might, exactly.
Might pick up the car keys
And
and go.
he comes in and he waits 2 hours outside the house before he comes back into his house, because he knows he's going to be like, in there. So what we're trying to say is you need to establish lines of effective communication. And then you need to sit down and formulate a plan together of like how you can be of service to each other. To say, listen, I thought the wedding was supposed to be this and that and this. And he might have a different perspective of what he thought marriage life should be, because you haven't laid out the plan to say, this is what I'm expecting from a husband. This is what I'm needing from a husband, because men cannot read minds.
We are learning this as women, that we must say what we want.
You must
and you may
say
have to say it
15
several times before it lands. Okay? And you just have to have the patience to be able to say it several times. You're going to have to say it different ways.
Different ways.
Oh, this way, that
way.
You know?
Yeah.
And just hope that he gonna get it.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you now, okay?
You need a plan.
Yeah.
You need to communicate better, and you need to establish what you expect your marriage to be.
Yeah.
Because that might not be clear.
Yeah.
It might be very clear in your head of what you envision it would be, and his what he has an image of is completely different.
Yeah.
So that needs to be clear, like you said. It needs to be established exactly. This is what I think will be great for us.
Yeah.
This will make me happy.
Yes.
What will make you happy, babes? So you can then
we add to you.
We can add to you.
For you and for me.
To multiply.
Meet together, meet in the middle.
Yeah.
I believe that, with the planning, you had that vision for the wedding. You were planning that wedding for 2 years.
Making it perfect.
The vision was there. And I feel like maybe he wasn't involved in that vision. You just planned it and then told him to come.
That's it.
Which is what a lot of brides do.
Yes.
And so that vision is solely for you. But with marriage, you need to have a vision, because if you don't have a vision, there will be a division. Okay?
Diversion.
Okay? If you don't have a vision for your marriage,
The kids calling it.
there's going to be a division for you and your husband. You need to have vision, and you need to moving towards the vision together. Is it a home for you and your husband and growing a family? Or are you going to go traveling and just see the world together and explore before you decide to settle down somewhere? Or is it that you guys want to build a career, start a business together and become CEOs of a multi-million-dollar corporation? Whatever it is, okay? You need to have the vision, and the vision needs to be plain. You need to write it down. You need to talk about it. And he, as well as yourself, need to see it.
Oh, it needs to be so clear. And what needs to be even more clear is what can go wrong. It can't be just romanticizing about the perfect things that can go right. We need to look at, if we decide to be CEOs and all of these things, we ain't going to be able to see each other as much as we do, because the business will need us more.
Yeah.
You might be doing hair, or I might be doing music over here. You might be doing travel, and you might be doing networking. I'm here. So we might not see each other as much as we need to, but at the same time, we need to keep the main thing the main thing, and realize we are the foundation. If we don't have that, we have nothing.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the main thing as well, is when you are going off and doing your individual
Yes.
individual careers, individual goals and aspirations, you should always have a place where you come together. So like once a week or once a month, you come together, you go out and have date night or day dates, or you do some sort of activity together, maybe learning something new. I read that, couples spend, a majority of their time sitting in front of the TV together thinking that's quality time. And it's actually not. You need to get out the house. Okay? Get out the house, learn a new skill. Go and learn how to cook fresh pasta, okay? from a well-renowned chef who does classes in London or wherever your closest city is. Go and learn how to draw. Learn a new skill, some pottery.
Learn how to make jollof.
Hey,
That's cute.
So learn a new skill together.
Together to
Something
build
that you guys can
that bond.
really enjoy, laugh about, have fun with. And that should be something that's continuous every single month. Make it consistent every single week, every single month, whatever time you've got together, and make it solely about you. And you will find that at least then you're talking about other things other than bills and who's going to take the rubbish out, and
who's going to
load the dishwasher.
dishwasher.
You're going to be talking about, oh my God, do you remember that time when we did this? We went skydiving. Oh, it was so funny. All of these things will start coming up, and you'll start remembering what it was like before the wedding, because you were dating before the wedding.
Yeah.
You were having fun. You wouldn't have got to the wedding without having some fun. So you need to continue that in marriage. It doesn't just stop because you said I do. Okay? Well, it shouldn't anyway.
Should be the beginning.
It should be the beginning of your journey.
Because your love should grow. That you should. The more time you spend with somebody, the more memories you create with somebody, the more the affection that you have for them should grow. It shouldn't be growing this way, because nothing stays the same. Yes, it either grows like this or it grows like that. It will never stay the same. So we need to find a way. If you need to find a way to, like we said, effectively communicate in the way he receives the information you're trying to give him. Create a plan that will work for both of you guys as a couple. Everybody should lay their cards on the table, how they really feel, and how you both can help each other get closer to your individual happiness. And another thing me and Kel always says, you need to have your own happiness independently of your spouse. Because you need to be happy within yourself. I can't be the only reason my wife is happy, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Because I need to be fooling myself to be able to pour into her.
Exactly.
If I'm always pouring into her, vice versa, who's going to pour into me? I'm going to be empty.
You're going to be depleted, dehydrated.
Nah, it ain't like that.
And you can't pour from an empty cup.
You got to pour into yours till it overflows.
Overflows.
Then it will just...
And then you can be generous with your pouring.
You're pouring because you know
got plenty.
You know you ain't.
You got plenty.
You ain't thirsty.
So lastly, we want to talk about how you can help each other to communicate, especially in the hard times. Because people don't understand about hard times. They're going to be some hard times. Like, for real. And you can't be thinking, oh, we're just gonna be married, we're just gonna have fun, we're just gonna go here, we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna hit you. It's gonna hit you hard. Yeah. And you are not expecting it, and you don't know how to deal with it. And you're expecting your spouse to deal with it for you or know how to deal with it. And they definitely
don't know.
They've just never. Yeah. And they can't support you.
No, because they don't know what you need.
And they don't know what you need, and you don't know what they need. And you're both going through this turmoil. You're in the trenches together, and you don't know how to get out.
And it goes back to communication. Communication. In different ways. Communication.
It's got to be deep.
But it's got to be deeper than that.
It's got to be deeper than surface level. How are you today? How was your day? None of that. What's going on with you?
How can I make you happy? What has made you unhappy? What is something that we can do together to improve your mental health?
Oh, that's a good one, babe. That's a juicy one.
What can I do to show up for you, to show you how much I love you, to show you how much you are loved? Those are the questions you should be asking each other, because those kind of questions will show how intentional you are about helping that person be their best self. How you want to be there for them to show them that they matter. They can go get it. They can be everything they deserve to be. They want to be.
Do you love travel and do you love money? Now, we have been able to combine the two things that we love the most, which is travel and money. And here we are living the lifestyle that we've always dreamed about. We are no longer worrying about our annual leave because we are not 9-to-5ers and we're not living paycheck to paycheck. You can monetize travel to help you live the lifestyle that you want, travel the world, and help other people understand how they can travel the world too. We help our clients to book the most amazing holidays, just like this one that we're on at the moment. And we want to help other people also live this lifestyle. So if you're interested, please do send us a message and we will give you all the information that you want. Making travel pay, that's what we do.
That you're their biggest cheerleader and that you're there to help nurture them, to help them to motivate them, inspire them. And then when you've got that at home, trust me, you can do anything. It makes you a different type of animal, okay? When you know that your person is like, go get it, I'm going to help you.
Yes.
Or, something's going wrong and you haven't got a clue where to start.
I'm lost, babe.
I don't even know where to begin. You're just in the moment of sadness or like discombobulation. You don't even know what's happening. What do I do? And your partner can just come up and just be like, okay, what's the problem? What is it? What is the problem actually making you feel? Where can we start? One step. What step can we take to start looking at solving this problem? Just one step. You don't need to know the whole thing.
Is it that deep?
Is it that deep? It might not even be that deep. Are you going to be upset about it in 6 months?
6 days.
You're
going to be like, what was I tripping for?
Because sometimes when emotions are high, intelligence is low. So, it might not even be that deep. You're just upset and you just need to vent. Let it out and go about your business.
That's why, because we always talk about, over time, I always go, are you venting or do you need a solution? Because those are two different things. They're completely different things. Sometimes you need a solution. And then you ask me to then I actually go, did you want a solution or was you just getting off your chest?
Yeah.
And then you go, actually, I need a solution. And then I go, actually, babe, have you thought about it from this perspective?
Yeah.
And you do the same for me, like, have you thought about it from this perspective? Yeah. Because sometimes, like you said, when we're blinded, we're just only seeing this.
Red.
We're like, what?
What? How very dare you? Yeah.
And that can be dangerous. Because you, like you said, you're reacting on emotion. There's no intellect whatsoever. You're not being logical whatsoever. And you need logic, you need intellect, you need intelligence to be able to have real conversation, to be able to solve real problems, to be able to build your relationship as a married couple, to be able to have the vision and the goal to become happily ever after.
That's it. That's where we should leave it. I think that's a very good place to leave it. And, guys, this is our 2 cents. As we always say, we want to hear from you guys. What's going on in terms of you planning your wedding and what are you going to do afterwards? Like, what have you got in plan for you and your partner once the wedding day is over? Because trust me, that wedding day go quick, done, all that planning that you've been doing. And then it blows by. And it's just the two of you after that. All the guests are gone. Everybody's left. All the parents have left. Cousins, aunties, uncles. What are you going to do when it's just the two of you? Have you got that plan in place? And it doesn't need to be a 5-year plan. It's not a business plan. It's a plan of what are we going to do in the next 6 months? Where are we going to be? What goals do we individually have together? Do they collide? Do they make sense? Are they aligned?
Do they collide or do they align?
That's it. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
We really, really appreciate you watching and listening to our pod every week. We see your comments, your messages. It's amazing how much we've grown. And we would love for you to just continue to show your, your support. And we will see you next week. Take care.
Bye bye.
Please.
Love you